Greetings, distinguished others who have not yet bothered with any sort of hair care or beard care since we've gone into stay-at-home. It is now time to look at my square bag of discovered kodachromes and ectochromes. This bag was discovered by one of my friends before all this virus shit went down when he was at an antique store. Sent me a picture like, hey, you want to buy these slides? I know you're into found stuff. So I'm like, yeah. So he bought it for me and we made a deal out in the street, kind of like a drug deal if you were casually passing by, you know, like reach into the window, pull this thing out, put some money in there, and like, get out of here. But anyways, it's been a few months now that I've been sitting on these, and I think it's time that we finally are going to go through them. There's quite a lot of slides in here. I haven't counted them yet, but take a guess at what you think is in here, and when I get done at the end of the video, we'll reveal the count, and if you get close, you can be like, yes, I know how to count by looking at stuff. I'm going to go with about 225. I have no track record of being a good count guesser, so that could be completely off. First thing I want to do is get these on a light table and sort them. The first thing we want to do is get our clown painting off of our light table. No use having that curse present while we sort our slides. Then we're gonna crack open a beer because this job is gonna take a little while. Turn on our light table and so with the sorting complete, as we can see, this makes no sense to you. But what I have is over here, landscape type stuff. This middle column is all slides that were like purchased. So I imagine back in the olden days of shooting your own slides and subjecting your family to all your vacation slides, that you'd probably buy some professionally shot stuff of where you're going and slip those in there as well. That's what these are. This particular stack being a bunch of stuff from Yugoslavia, a lot of girls in traditional dresses and whatnot. Back is the weird shit stack, like signs and close-ups of stuff that the guy probably thought were interesting at the time. So this is my this is my we'll look at these and possibly show those stack. This big stack right here is all the cityscapes that were in there. And these are my cityscape keepers for the first round of looking at them. So there's a lot of just random touristy cityscape type stuff. I think I recognize the Sears Tower in Chicago in a bunch of them. And this final stack is where the meat of this video is going to be. This is all the people and like street photography, human interest stuff, with this stack right here being the ones that looked interesting to me at first glance. So I'll be spending time going through this again, really refining down what I'm going to show you, and mix in some of these as well. Okay, I've edited down what I scanned to about 20 odd photographs, so let's go over them. I'll keep the description short on most of them because there's like 20. If I give each one a minute of talk time, this is like suddenly a sitcom length video, which doesn't need to exist. So I'll keep it brief and check the description for a link to a blog post that'll be a companion to this so you can flip through the images at your own pace if you want to go back and stare at one. Or you hate how I talk. Also, fair warning, I've done minimal color correction and zero dust removal from these images, so they're gonna look a little dirty. In the contemporary fine art circles, I'm not really a big fan of people who leave dust on their scans and are like, it gives a character. I don't think it does, but for a bag of dirty old snapshots, yeah, I'll let dust as character slide for this. But before we get going, do you have a guess for how many slides are in that bag of slides? I'll give you 5 more seconds to come up with one if you haven't. Ready? And the final count is 285. Congratulations if you got it correct. Enjoy winning nothing. Okay. Picture looking time. Let's go. The date range of the images starts with this photograph of a mitre-wearing Catholic walking down the street along with some Knights of Columbus, which was stamped in 1966. And the most recent slides in the bags, such as this family photograph, come from the summer of 1990. So that's the time frame of the slides in the bags. So let's hit the keepers in no particular order. So here we have a random photograph of an automated banking unit from 1975. Common thing in this day and age, but I suspect that this was a new and novel enough thing in 1975 that the photographer had to take this picture, take home, show his family. Look at this! You could bank on the go! Crazy! And here we have a photograph of a random boy in the street. Nice little street photography photo. The kid also has some dope looking ninja panda pajama attire on. I dig it. Some people posing in front of a sign for the Bong Bridge in Superior, Wisconsin. The slide is stamped with July 1985, but according to Wikipedia, the bridge didn't actually open until October 1985. So I'm guessing this is kind of some sort of, let's get a photo of this new thing that's going to open soon snapshot for these people. Here we have a woman at Busch Gardens smothered in parrots. Or maybe these are macaws. I don't know, I'm not a birdologist. My only real macaw experience was this weird incident where someone abandoned their macaw at a bar with me to watch while they went to go make sure that their like methed out boyfriend wasn't killing someone. It's true story, but too long for this video. Next, we got a train car at the Circus World Museum in Baraboo, Wisconsin, 1971. Hands off that horse, lady! Now we got a dude jumping a jet ski, which is pretty rad. Taken on Lake Superior as the bridge in the background is the John A. Blatnick Bridge, aka the other bridge that connects Duluth and Superior that college kids don't giggle at when they hear the name. And a big pile of junk. The box in front of it mentions Johnny Horizon. I was unfamiliar with his name, but again, Wikipedia to the rescue, letting me know that Johnny Horizon was a fictional character for an anti-litter campaign in the 1970s. So I'm guessing all this junk is some sort of anti-litter installation. And now a photograph of Kit Carson's grave in 1987. Again, I'm not familiar with who Kit Carson is, but Wikipedia tells me he was a famous 19th century American frontiersman. I didn't really expect this bag of slides to be so educational, but here we are. Let's keep going. So here we have a woman sitting on a bench. On a whim, I googled Pancake Chef Restaurant to see if it was still around to help identify the place of this photograph. And to my surprise, it was! This photograph appears to be taken in Mackinac City, Michigan, where the Pancake Chef restaurant still operates. We can see the shapes of the buildings next to it are mostly unchanged, so I'm pretty sure that's where this is. Also good to see you can still get fudge on the sand block. Some tight action photograph of a dolphin from the Miami Seaquarium. A giant Pepsi-Cola can at some 4th of July festivities. So here we have a parade float from 1971 called the Perils of Pauline, which shows a masked man having a damsel in distress tied to a train track about to get mushed by a train. You know, proper parade float ideas. The train also has EMU written on it, which I guess would mean Eastern Michigan University. If true, that would put this photograph in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I bought this shirt at a thrift store in Ypsilanti, Michigan, probably about 20 years ago. Nice connection with that photo. Didn't see that one coming. So here we have another parade float, this time from 1988, celebrating Pizza Hut's 30th anniversary. The golden age of the Pizza Hut and Care Bears cross-branding. If there's a Book It sticker buried somewhere in this image, then it would be like the perfect summation of my childhood at that time. So there were several slides in the bag of this woman in a classroom just labeled Polly Miller. I couldn't Google foo a good result to which Polly Miller this might be or what her claim to fame would have been that the photographer gave her so many images, so if you know, get your ass in the comments and let me know, because I gotta keep this education train rolling. Portrait of a woman at a desk in 1985. Here we have an older man giving an older woman a ride on a Suzuki motorcycle while a photographer in the background is taking their picture. Toxaphene! I don't know what that word actually means, so might as well look it up and learn another new thing from this bagel of slides. Okay, so what the internet tells me is that toxaphene was an insecticide used in the 1960s and 1970s, which ultimately got banned worldwide because, well, it was toxic! This photo was taken in the same month and year as the previous junk pile photograph, so I'm guessing the photographer is probably at some sort of environmental causes, public installation, and took a bunch of photos of what was set up. Also, I dig this cowboy in the background. Right. Here we have a woman in front of some old arch-looking structure. No date or info on the slide, so I'm not even going to attempt to try and guess more about it. But it is interesting how the middle section of this pic is all blurry. There were quite a few other slides in this bag that had the same optical defects. So I wonder if the photographer scuffed their lens on this vacation and just went with it, not even knowing that half the pictures were going to be unintentionally blurry. And finally, my favorite image of the bag of slides. This girl wearing a wild shirt with a dog. The color pop from her shirt and the choice framing that cut off her head, like, I could probably go to the R Analog subreddit on Reddit, make up some BS technical details with this picture, post it on there, and get like 10,000 upvotes. It's that good, in my humble opinion. And there we go, another fat bag of someone else's photographs behind us. I don't actually have any new unseen photographs or cameras to crack open yet, as I haven't been able to get to a thrift store the last couple months because of you know why. So it might be a while until another found photos video comes out of my channel. But don't worry, I've got plenty of other ideas up here for weird photography and non-photography related things to post. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and be here when the next video happens. No guarantees when, but it'll be there at some point. And another classic, I don't know how to end a video outro. Cheers.